Hello guys, in this tutorial we're gonna be making a simple animated text background that's gonna look something like this. And we're only gonna be needing a bit of CSS, and we're only gonna have a single line in HTML which is gonna be this text. So this project is gonna be really simple to make. So the only thing I currently have is the space.png image. So if you guys want to use the same picture, I'll leave the link in the description. And then here we can make our index.html and style.css first. So inside our index, the only thing we're gonna have here is gonna be an h1. And we're just gonna say space like it says here. We can also change the title. And lastly, I just want to link our CSS. So this is going to be all the HTML we're going to have, and then we can open that with live server so we can see it here. So going back to CSS, first we want to target all the elements and remove the margin, padding, and add a font here. Then we want to add some background to the body, which is going to make it look much nicer, and we're going to be able to see text more clearly. We also want to add a min height of 100 VH, which is going to be full screen. That's going to help us center the text later. And then here for our h1, so we're going to have a font size which is going to be a lot, like 250 pixels. And a line height of 1. And then here we want to add that background we have, which is space PNG in my case. So now this is the background we're using, but in our case we don't want it like this, we only want to add it to the text. So we want to clip it inside our text. So for that we can use something called WebKit background clip. So dash WebKit dash background dash clip, and we can set that to text. So right now we can still see it because of the color here, or text fill color that we have. So if I zoom in a bit, you guys can see it here maybe. So the picture is still there. So we're going to add WebKit again here. But we want to target text fill color, so it's going to be text dash fill dash color. And in our case, since we want to be able to display the image, we just want to set this to transparent. So now we can see it properly. And then we can add some text stroke to this. Maybe you guys don't need to add it, but I think it looks a bit better. So for that we're going to have WebKit dash text dash stroke. And here you can mess with the values. I'm going to set it to like 3 pixels. And then here the color, which is just going to be black, so you can see how that looks like. If we set this to like 13 pixels, that's much bigger. If we set it to like 6, and so on. So I'm going to leave it at 3 for now. And also I want to center the text, so we're going to add a display flex to the body. And then inside our h1 we can just add margin auto. So if I make this smaller, you guys can see it here. And then the next thing right here, we want to add the animation that's gonna move this picture all the time here. So animation, we can call it, let's say, space. And we're gonna set it to like 10 seconds. Linear infinite, so we want it to run all the time. And the last step here is to make the keyframes that's gonna run this animation. So here we're gonna add keyframes. And then our name of the animation, which is space. So we're gonna have 0% here, and we're gonna target this background position. And we're gonna set that to 0, 0. And then here we wanna set it to 100%. And we wanna set that to 500 pixels. And minus 1000 pixels. And the last thing I forgot to add here is we can add a background size, so you can mess with these values depending on how you want this picture to look. So I'm gonna set it to 500 pixels. It looks nicer in my experience. For example, if you want to make this, we can set this to like, let's say like 30, so this is really slow. We can set it to like 5 seconds, that's going to be extremely fast. I think around 10-12 seconds is decent in our case. And then, like I said, you can mess with these. You can set this to lower, like 300 maybe, 700. So if you want to get the picture showing in a different way, for me 500 works the best. And you can do the same for these values. You can mess around with these, set this to like 200, set this to minus 700, and so on. So you guys can mess with those values. But I find this working the best in my case. So that would be it for this short tutorial, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.